What's up, Culture Drop? I'm Galen, and this video is about how to be positive. That's a pretty big topic. So let's see how this goes. Everyone give it up for America's favorite fried and Frenchman, Lafayette! Like that. Some thoughts on how to be positive, how to be like a more positive person and sort of like impact other people in a more positive way. I think this is needed right now. I don't know if you were present over the last year or two, but yeah, I feel like this is pretty relevant topic right now. And just some thoughts from my brain in terms of what I see and like things that work for me personally that I think when I think of like being more positive and just like attempting to do that, which is not always easy to do by any stretch. We have all heard, I think I've heard many times this sort of like this idea of like, your thoughts become your words become your actions become sort of like your reality. It does make sense to be like, well, if you want to be a more positive person, you need to like have more positive thoughts. But that doesn't necessarily work for me. And what I think in terms of like, how do you actually intentionally sort of be more positive in the world is that I think the only thing you need, it's not the only thing. I think the place that it needs to start is in your behavior. The choice of words that come out of your mouth. Like when you stop yourself from injecting negativity into a situation that like does not warrant it, or right, giving your opinion that's negative about something that's like nobody asked you, right? Someone's like, I love this song or this band or this movie. And it's a very normal response for people to be like, I hate that movie. Or as an example, I think when we focus on like our behaviors, and that also, to me, that also something like when I think of behaviors, I think it was like, what are you absolutely like tactically in control of at any moment? And I like to think of your brain as being like a garden. I've heard that analogy in like different just songs and things in my life. It's like, what do you plant in that garden? What do you give sunlight to, and what do you water? Because that's what grows there. And so, for example, like angry podcasts and news that's full of like tragic, terrible things. Like if you are constantly consuming and feeding your brain with like scrolling on Facebook and arguing with strangers on the internet about politics, it's like you are not going to be a happy, positive person. Like if that's what you spend a majority of your energy time focused on, like consuming and being like investing your own energy and like into, like that is going to change your thoughts and like who you are as a person. And as we're having this conversation with my team, Emily brought up a great point, even like farther than the idea of this being a garden, is that like your like disposition as a human being is sort of like an ecosystem. There's a lot of different parts to it, and like it's about balance, right? So it's not just about like only being positive all the time or only eating like great healthy greens and like salads all the time. It's like, yeah, eat cake when you want to. But if the only thing you eat is cake, it's going to cause problems in your, right? Like for your physical health or whatever. And so I think it's about balance and what are we consuming and what are we like bringing into our sphere. I know I've said this before, and like I think the number one place for me to pull myself out of a funk or to like be more positive is really centered around cultivating gratitude. And that just meaning focusing and putting energy into the things in life that bring me joy. Just really conscientious about like the things that I appreciate, the things that bring me happiness and joy in my life, that either that I like to do, right? Things that like that energize me and fuel me, that are either like creative outlets. For me, so that's video games or playing D&D or like socializing with my friends, when that's possible, and doing trivia or playing games. Like those are the types of things that like fuel me and fire me up. And so to me, cultivating gratitude also means doing those things, like carving out time and having boundaries in my life that like I prioritize doing those things and doing activities in my life that fuel me up. Maybe that's exercise, maybe that's, meditation or writing or painting or whatever. But I think that's really important to sort of like go after those things and pursue that and carve out time for you, because again, it's your behavior. When you're doing more of those things and your energy and focus is more invested in things that make you feel happy and positive and joyful, like you will be a happier person. And also gratitude for the people in our lives, the things that we have that are wonderful. Regardless of your circumstance in life, it's like there are always things to find to be grateful for. Your health, your breath, right? The fact that like you have family members or friends around you that like care about you, right? And everybody has a different kind of relationship with that. Families and like life, there's, not everybody has the same sort of background or privilege or whatever that exists for them, but finding and appreciating the things that you truly are grateful to have. Your own sort of health, if you have that, and those types of things. I think those contribute more than anything else to being happy. And when we do that as a sort of baseline for our minds and what we're consuming and thinking about and focusing on, then the next piece is sort of like outwardly. How am I impacting other people? How, am I truly intending to impact other people in a great way, right? If I focus at work and with my friends or people that I have relationships in my life, like making those people look good, again, that contributes to me feeling happier. It's like the things that we do for other people, that inspire them, that light them up, that help them, like reflect back to us. It's like you cultivate and create those things in yourself when you do them for other people. So some of my thoughts about like how to be a happier person, being really conscious and aware of like, what am I planting in my garden? What am I giving sunlight to? What am I focusing on? And just being very intentional. Thanks for watching and tuning in. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have our weekly email list, The Culture Drop. You can subscribe to that and get these emails right in your inbox. Follow our social media channels. Put out a lot of free content around being more awesome and building great teams.